And we welcome you back to the Thundercast. We haven't had one of these in a while. This is a normal podcast with just me on here. There's no guest on here, but we had three segments in today's episode, and we're just gonna move on to football season. Football season actually technically already started just this week. This past Monday was the first official practices, and like for the fall sports. And honestly, it's it, it and honestly, it's about it. And honestly, it's about time that they have the fall sports now. So yeah, and for me, I just bought my annual Plainfield All Sports Pass. I will be buying my Mooresville one next week, like so that I can get into some Mooresville games. Before we get into so before we get into all the stuff like football and stuff, I do want to share some news. I do want to share a huge shout out to Derek Devon, Kyle Davis, and Denny Waltz, three coaches that are leaving Mooresville High School to focus on family. Coach Devon, he Coach Devon, he's been the pitching coach for a while. He just left because his kids are getting up there in age. They have one more Devon in high school, and I'll talk to you about that here pretty soon before we start the show. I mean, before we actually start the normal show. But Hudson Devon got drafted round 19 in the MLB to the Royals, but he decided to stick it to college. So Devon will be playing for Alabama, and then in 2 years, in 2 years, he's gonna be in the MLB draft. Um, Kyle Davis, one of the former players of Coach Eric Magea. Kyle Davis, one of the younger coaches on the team. I I'm really shocked that he decided like to step away, but Coach Davis was a really good figure in the Mooresville baseball program, and I am happy and I am happy and honored that I was able to work alongside him pretty much like this past season. And of course, the Denny Waltz. Denny Waltz, he is awesome. I know none of you I know none of you never met Denny Waltz, but Coach Waltz was a really good guy, really funny. I mean, not as funny as Coach McGee. Trust me. When you meet Coach McGee, like, and when you're actually friends with McGee, you will realize Coach McGee is a really funny coach, and he's really good. But Coach Waltz, like, he's funny, he's awesome, and he's great to be around. He's stepping away from baseball, but I think this year is his last year with the Mooresville football team. And yeah, and let's talk. And speaking of a Devon, let's talk about the Devon. L. Devon, upcoming freshman, playing volleyball, was in the Mooresville program. I say was. I saw this yesterday morning. I did not have this on my 2026 bingo card. L. Devon actually is at Plainfield now, so Plainfield actually got someone tall and an upcoming freshman. And I'm pretty sure L is really good. So the Plainfield volleyball program will be good for a couple more years. Like, I think Plainfield volleyball could make state this year and next year. Very could well make state this year because they lost barely anyone last year. And two of their best girls, Audrey Etterback and Charlie Groniger, like, are still on the team this year. So, like, in some other girls to keep an eye out this year for playing for volleyball. We have Marley. We have Marley Van Wanzel. We have Savannah Brock. Both of them. This is their second year at Plainfield. They were also at Mooresville. Um, some others to keep an eye on. Evie Ellis. She's gonna be a sophomore. Like, the Plainfield volleyball program is gonna be really good. And I think they could go back to back state appearances. And I think this year they have a really good chance to go and win state this year, led by Lori Pax. And now, folks, let's get into the football segments. Before we get into the football segments, though, segment number 1 of the show, let's talk about the recent podcasts. I was just on a podcast called the Hoosier Prep Gridiron. I will probably not be back on it, but I do have to say it was really good, like, to get the Thundercast out there, like, with new viewers and stuff, like with new viewers, to get new viewership, and it was really good to talk about the Mid-State Conference, because I talked about the Mid-State Conference on that show. And I just had a podcast with the Franklin Central head coach, Jason West. That had to be posted on Spotify. The video quality, I was about to upload it to YouTube, but the video quality was really bad, so I just had to put it on YouTube. I mean, on Spotify, not YouTube. So, looking ahead at the upcoming shows, folks, we have some great shows coming up. Like let's not forget, coming up in a few weeks, we have the coaches show. The coaches show is starting in a few weeks. We have Bryce Savant's joining us. Bryce Savant's the starting quarterback at Plainfield High School. I think coming up this weekend is Kyle Holderfield from Lafayette Harrison. So that's gonna be fun. Like I said before, like, we're getting Anthony Calhoun on sometime this summer. Michael Hummel, like my old choir teacher. I can't wait to talk to him on here and talk to him about the new choir program. The choir program. John Easter. I haven't posted it yet, and I probably won't post it, but John Easter, I know for a fact I will have him on probably near the end of the regular season for football. Haley Jordan, my old broadcasting teacher. She was the one that got me into these podcasts, and that's where I started my Red Pride Thundercast. And now, hey, it's just now the Thundercast. She's now the play-by-play / analyst and / MC and / pit reporter. She's a pit reporter for the dirt track races. Mark Reinhardt, head coach at Lafayette Harrison for boys basketball, should be joining sometime. Another show I'm doing, the Plainfield Wrestling, the Plainfield Wrestling and the Thundercast mixing up. I don't know the name for that, but yeah, the Thundercast and Plainfield Wrestling will be doing a show during the week or on the weekend during the winter. So that's gonna be fun. And then, of course, the coaches show. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Going into the teams we are covering this fall, starting today. Today I made an announcement online and I posted it. This fall we will be covering teams and talking about these teams with guests representing that school, or like tonight, talk about those teams right now like this. Let's go over those teams. Lafayette Jefferson, Franklin Central, Bloomington North, Whiteland, Ben Davis, Avon, Brownsburg, Plainfield, of course, Plainfield, Danville, Franklin Community, Decatur Central, Sullivan. Yes, I will be going over Sullivan. So, and yes, Cap, I know you're going to be watching this. Cap, yes, I will be going over Sullivan in the show. Lafayette Harrison, I will be talking about them. Tri-West, I will be covering them. Martinsville, I will be covering them. Cascade, Perry Meridian, and Mooresville. So, to put it in perspective, I have all the... So, to put it in perspective, I'm covering all the Mid-State Conference and all the Hendricks County schools, plus Lafayette Harrison, Ben Davis, and Lafayette Jefferson. And Franklin Central. Yeah. Those 4 teams plus Hendricks County and Mid-State. Those are the teams I will be covering. Let's actually now go into my expectations / keys to the season. You know what? I'm going to start with Plainfield because I honestly want to get this off my belt. I've heard mixed reviews about Plainfield this year. I think I'm leaning towards Plainfield's going to be decent, not good. I think Plainfield's going to be decent. My key is to be patient with the football. Be patient with the football and play at your own pace. That's how Plainfield wins games. I do have to say, I think Plainfield has a really good shot. I think in my mind, it's a 99.9% chance that Plainfield wins their sectional. Because Plainfield is like in the easiest sectional in 5A. It's them, Arsenal Tech, Terre Haute North, and Terre Haute South. I think the biggest competitor in that section will be Terre Haute South. Okay. I say Terre Haute South, and just watch Arsenal Tech actually be and just watch Arsenal Tech be up there like in sectional. What if Arsenal Tech wins that sectional? I can promise you I will lose my mind if they win that sectional because I don't have them winning that sectional. Another a team that we also need to talk about, Lafayette Harrison. Let's talk about him real quick. Let's talk about them real quick. Lafayette Harrison. Man. Lafayette Harrison, they are going under year number 2 with Kyle Holderfield, but the past few years they have had not good teams, but decent teams. I do think Lafayette Harrison will take a step forward this year, and I think they will be back on track, but they are in a very tough sectional number 1. Yeah, Lafayette Harrison is in sectional number 1 now. But do I see Lafayette Harrison winning that sectional? No, I don't. Do I think Lafayette Harrison will be good this year? Yes. And it will be interesting to see how the Sagamore Conference does. Because Lafayette Harrison, because the Sagamore Conference is pretty much complete this year. With Lafayette Harrison, McCutcheon, Danville, Lebanon, and now both Terre Haute's joining the mix. I can't wait to see how that they do. I think the key for Lafayette Harrison, stay sharp. Stay sharp every game. Focus up. And yeah. Let's talk about Ben Davis. I'm only covering them because I do want to see how they do this year. I do think Ben Davis, yes, Ben Davis has a really young team this year. I think Ben Davis will take a little step forward, and the only reason why is because it's Ben Davis. Ben Davis always has great football programs. They won't be a powerhouse this year, but in the coming years, I see Ben Davis going back on top. I see Ben Davis becoming another powerhouse. Let's talk about 2 teams now real quick. Avon and Brownsburg. Let's talk about Avon real quick. I think Avon will take another step forward this year. I think Avon will be better, will be very competitive this year. I just don't think they're going to beat Brownsburg again. Like that's the other thing. Let's talk about Brownsburg. Brownsburg's going to be really, really good again. I have them winning state again. I have Brownsburg winning 6A again. Yes, Lawrence North is there. Yes, Center Grove is there. And yes, there's some other teams like Westfield, Carmel. Don't forget about Maryville. I'm talking about all of you. Don't forget about Maryville. Also, huge shout out to Cody Parkhurst. But yeah, don't forget about Maryville because 6A North might not be that good this year, and Maryville can easily go on and make state in 6A. Another team to talk about Danville. I think Danville will be surprising a lot of people. I think Danville actually is one of the dark horses in 4A. Danville could be a team that could make 4A state this year. Do I think they will? No, because of course they have Ron Colley, Chittard, and stuff. But do not overlook Danville. Danville will be a good team to watch, and I honestly can't wait to see them. Another Hendricks County team to watch, Cascade. Can Cascade win state 2 years in a row and this time win 2A? They won 3A this past season and now they dropped down to 2A. Can they win the Class of 2A state championship? I think they could. And I think it's going to be a really good battle between the 1A state champion South Putnam and the 3A state champion Cascade, potentially in sectionals this year. Let's talk about Tri West. Tri West is going to be different this year. I don't see Tri West being on top of things because, and the reason why I say that, like, is because Tri West lost a lot of guys. But yes, they still have Jack Sorgi. Jack Sorgi, huge shout out to him. Like, he's going to Wisconsin. So I can't wait to see how he does up there. But yeah, Tri West won't be great. I still think they will be competitive. Tri West will still be competitive. Um, let's see here. Another team to talk about, Mooresville. The Mooresville football team will be good again this year. Mooresville will get better this year. They have talent. They have talent coming back from last year. Brody Beasley. They have Eli Hill. Eli Hill, a brand new quarterback from a brand new quarterback from Decatur Central. They have now Mooresville did lose Brendan Calvert to South Putnam, but I don't think Calvert would have even started because of Eli Hill. But another guy to talk about for Mooresville, they still have Elijah Thompson. Elijah Thompson was really good that last year, and I think he could be really good. Another sneaky guy to talk about for Mooresville, Cooper Jones. Cooper Jones will be sneaky as well. Another mid-state team to talk about, Martinsville. I didn't know how Martinsville was going to be this year, but as I think about it, Martinsville's gonna be competitive. They still have Chase Davis, and under their head coach Brian Duggar, dude, do not count out the Artesians. The Martinsville Artesians will be really good again this year. I don't think they're winning conference, but they will be up there with the top three. Let's talk about one of those top three, shall we? Decatur Central. Decatur Central, they lost the class of 26. And some may say that was their heart and blood. I say no. Decatur Central will still be good. Because again, under Kyle Enright, their entire team has talent. Decatur still has a lot of talent. So I won't be shocked if Decatur wins conference or gets close to winning conference. A team now to talk about, Franklin. Franklin will be good this year. Not great. They will be good. They will be. I still think Franklin and Perry Meridian will be at the bottom of the conference this year, but that's my prediction. But I still see both Franklin and Perry Meridian being very competitive. Like, yeah, both Franklin and Perry will be competitive. Another team to talk about, Whiteland. The Whiteland Warriors will be winning conference this year. And I can tell you that right now. They will win conference. And Whiteland is the heavy favorite, and I think Whiteland will win the Mid-State Conference in football. Another Mid-State team to talk about, the Bloomington North Cougars. Bloomington North, this is their first year in the Mid-State. And I don't think it's going to take them a while, to be competitive. Bloomington North, Bloomington North still has talent across all sports. Bloomington North will be really good. I think Bloomington North track and field and cross country will easily win conference. And let's not forget, their boys track and field team won state this past year. I think they can double up and go back to back. Although it is really, really hard. Um, another team to think about. Franklin Central. Franklin Central and Plainfield pair up week 1. That is going to be a good matchup. I think in my mind, I think Franklin Central will be decent. I think because of how powerful the HCC is, I think they will be the 7th ranked team in the Hoosier Crossroads. I say 7th because Noblesville is still in that conference, and you know that Noblesville has not been good in years. So I don't see Noblesville being good again this year. Lafayette Jefferson. Lafayette Jefferson, what can I say? I love Patrick Chanley, their head coach. I love that program. Well, I think Lafayette Jefferson has a really good chance to go to Lucas Oil Stadium this year in the class of 5A. One last team to talk about, folks, and that's the Sullivan Golden Arrows. Sullivan bringing back Max Grice, their quarterback, and Clark French. I think Clark French will be having a big year. Yeah, Clark French will have a huge year this year for the Golden Arrows. And Sullivan is entering 3A. Sullivan will not win their sectional, but I do think they could win their sectional. I don't think they will. They will be very competitive. I think the sectional they're going to win in 3A is going to be basketball. I think they will easily win their basketball sectional. And the only reason why I say that is because after watching the Charlie Hughes and just think about it, Sullivan's going to be really good in basketball. They still have Paul Ridgway, guys. Paul Ridgway is going to be really good on their basketball team. Guys, that's all the teams that we are covering and my expectations for them this year. Now it's time to go into a little fun segment. Here are my top 5 teams that are ranked. Here are my 5 top ranked teams that are going to be good. In 5th place, I have Carmel. In 4th place, I have New Pal. In 3rd place, I have Westfield. In 2nd place, I have Lawrence North. And in 1st place, I have Brownsburg. That was easy. That was quick. Now it's time to go into my dark horses. Okay. So I put on there 10 dark horses. I don't think I'm gonna have 10 dark horses, so I'm just gonna turn my phone off. But here are my dark horses. My first dark horse. This is not for state. This is not for anything. This is for the conference, the Mid-State Conference. One of my Mid-State dark horses are the Pioneers. Mooresville will be good, will be decent this year. Mooresville could have a chance to win conference. I do think the Pioneers have a really good shot of competing. They will be competitive. I just don't think they're going to be that good enough to win conference. In 6A, in the class of 6A, Class 6A, I have Maryville being the top dark horse. And the reason why I say that is because, guys, hey, because they made state last year, they have the speed. Maryville has the speed to compete in 6A. I don't know about the strength, but I know they have the speed. The speed will work to their advantage. I think Maryville could make state. I think it could be, in my mind, if Maryville wins state, it's going to be a Maryville and Brownsburg state championship in 6A. In 5A, a team to watch for, guys. How about Pendleton Heights? Yes, I said Pendleton Heights. Pendleton Heights could be a team. It could be a very sneaky team. They could take it to New Pal. They could take it to Cathedral. Pendleton Heights could make it to state. I mean, could make it out of their sectional. Not make it to state. I think they could make it far. I don't think they're making state. No, I just think Pendleton Heights is gonna be decent. Another 5A team to talk about, the Plainfield Quakers. Plainfield more than likely going to win their sectional. If they have a very easy regional, I see Plainfield going on and playing in semi-state. Plainfield does have the talent on the offense, like to go on a run and potentially go and fight with New Pal, fight with Cathedral for the semi-state title to make it to Lucas Oil. I don't think Plainfield's making it to state. One of the main reasons why I say that is because of how bad the defense will be. Plainfield's defense is not going to be good. Their D-line, they lost everybody on defense. And Plainfield's D-line isn't going to be good. Plainfield's O-line is going to be decent. I don't think they're going to be that good. And talk about Bryce Savants. Bryce Savants needs to calm down behind center. Because if Bryce calms down and focuses up, Bryce Savants could be a top quarterback, could be one of the top quarterbacks in 5A. I'm not saying to say because there's still really good quarterbacks. But Bryce Savants could be a really good quarterback if he calms down and focuses up, which, again, I think he will. In my mind, I think he will throw less picks than he did this year. And that's shocking because I think Plainfield's going to be throwing a lot more. Because Plainfield does not have a run game. Plainfield has Jordan Meyer and Devontae Thomas. I don't know how good they are. So, yeah, I don't know if they're going to have a run game. But yeah, another team in 5A to think about that has been really good in the past, Bloomington South. Bloomington South could be a team to watch. And I'm not lying either. Bloomington South could be really good. Bloomington South has been really good in the past. I think they could go on a run and make state if they can beat New Pal. I don't think they will beat New Pal, but Bloomington South could be a team up there with Plainfield as well. One last dark horse, and that's the Danville Warriors. The Danville Warriors in the Class 4A. I think Danville, in my mind, is the fourth best team in 4A. Just behind Chittard, Roncalli, and East Central. I completely forgot that East Central is back in 4A. I think East Central is winning 4A this year. But Danville, Chittard, and Roncalli, don't count them out. Do not count out Danville. Danville has been really good in the past. Took a step back last year. I think Danville's going to be really good again this year. And of course, they still have Carter Ward under center. Carter Ward, such a good quarterback. And yeah. Well, folks, that will do it for today. For today's episode of the Thundercast. I look forward to seeing you pretty soon with Kyle Holderfield. Oh, before we leave, I do have something cool. Motor Racing in Gravy. That YouTube channel, his name is Sam. He will be joining the podcast after the NASCAR season. He is a NASCAR hauler driver. He is a hauler driver for the number 62 for Hallmark Reason Racing. Can't wait to have him on. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching this episode of the Thundercast. And of course, thanks for listening.